talking about...
It's only Barney with a beard.
Sorry, hey, enough of that. We're talking about scary monsters, actually. What's your favourite?
Those clockwork droids freak me out.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
that
the smiley face, yeah. About the werewolf. That was pretty full on, wasn't it?
The Cybermen are scary.
Do you know what? I'm not so bothered about the Cybermen. They're not that scary.
You want a background?
Oh, look at...
Why does everyone run away from me when they see me?
Deleting, upgrading, and all with no emotion. We are joined by our first baddie, a Cyberman.
And as if one wasn't enough, we go behind the scenes with Adam Sweet as he becomes a Cyberman for the very last time.
And in Companion Academy, the cadets have to stand up for themselves. That should be very interesting.
Now, we have had a very special question sent in by Alexander Osborne from Kilbarcon in Scotland. He wants to know who are the people behind the costumes, and we wanted to know as well. So please welcome the man behind the mask, Paul Kasey. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Yes,
Hi,
thank you.
good to see you. We're also joined by Rob Mayer, who's part of the team who have redesigned the new look Cyberman.
Hello there.
Hello, nice to see you. Now let's have a bit of a look at your work on the screen.
So, Paul, what's it like wearing the suit?
Well, on set we had to be very careful because they're quite cumbersome and quite big, so we had to be careful not to knock into people. In a studio, they obviously got very warm, so we sweated quite a lot. And if we're out on location, because we shot in the winter months, it was also quite cold.
So you want to wear your thermals under there?
We had plenty of thermals on, yes.
How long do you have to wear it for? Can you ever take it off?
About 5 to 6 hours, and then we break for lunch, and then another 5 to 6 hours. So
You keep it on that whole time?
yeah, we had to have the pants off to be able to sit down. You know, if we were waiting for the next shot or something. But yeah, apart from that, it stayed on.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the loo, do you?
Exactly. How do you go to the loo in that?
Well, in the inner suit, the Lycra suit, there is a gap for us to use.
I see. Very well put as well, lad. Rob, it's an amazing suit. How is it actually put together? Is it in different sections?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it's got chest, arms, legs, tops and bottoms. After the whole suit was sculpted and cast out, it then kind of clips on. If you'd like to turn around a sec, Paul. We've got a Lycra suit here that's all kind of based on, and there's various clips and kind of buckles and stuff, so it all kind of clips on in sections.
It's obviously made to measure. Let's have a look at these gloves, if you call them that. I mean, what are these? These are horrible things. What are they made out of?
They're made out of silicone, and so the thing is with those is they're quite flexible and soft. So they're
very heavy as well.
So yeah, they do weigh quite a bit, but the whole kind of weight of the suit kind of help with their movement and stuff as well.
Of course.
So.
And that's very sweaty in there. I want to get that off. Ugh, it smells a bit too.
How heavy is the suit? Is it as heavy as it looks?
I think it weighs at about 27 kilos.
Just
But it
under
is
half
dispersed throughout the whole body, so...
And the helmet, of course, is quite heavy as
Yeah.
well. I mean, that's half of it. And inside, that doesn't look very comfortable to wear. I've also seen it's bolted on, so you can't get out, can you? Someone has to take it
It
off.
clips together, and then you're in.
A little
until
bit
they let you out.
claustrophobic.
Can we talk about the switch in there as well? This is how you make the mouth light up, isn't it, when you're talking?
Yeah, there's a switch on the inside, and then when the Cyberman talks, I would use my chin to activate the light to turn it on and off with the lines that the Cybermen were talking.
So if you were to talk now like a Cyberman, what would it look like?
Inside, which no one gets to see.
Are you pulling faces inside? Are you acting inside? Are you?
Yeah, well, you do get involved, and you know, you want to bring them alive, and they are very strong, powerful things. So you help it along. Yeah.
It's all brilliant stuff. And if Cybermen are your thing, then make sure you stay tuned right now because we're going behind the scenes with Adam Sweet as he puts the costume on for the very last time.
It's alive. Cybermen.
You will be deleted.
Perhaps one of the scariest Doctor Who baddies of all time are the Cybermen, and they've made a return in the second series. With their brains welded to their exoskeletons, violent behaviour and menacing monotone voices, what kind of person gets to stand in one of these terrifying suits of steel?
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm one of the Cybermen. We're at the HTV studios today to do a photo shoot for the Radio Times, so I'll see you inside.
Adam is one of 10 actors who play the Cybermen, but after weeks of training and long hours on set, this is his last day wearing his armour of steel. How has the whole experience been?
Really fun, met loads of cool people, been to loads of locations. Bit cold at times, out in the freezing snow and stuff, but apart from that, it's been really good. Feels really good to be back in the suit again. Bit hot, but apart from that, really good. When you got the helmet on, it feels really claustrophobic inside. Underneath the lights, it's really hot. It's really restricted view, and you can hardly see anything. Just it's like tunnel vision. Just see what's in front of you, can't see to the sides.
And this photo shoot is pretty special, as it's the first time since the 1960s that the Cybermen have had the Radio Times cover all to themselves.
Okay, I'm done. The photo shoot's over. It's been a really fantastic day. I've really enjoyed myself. I'm sad to see my friends go and to take the suit off, but I just can't wait to see the finished photos.
It's not a bad life being a Cyberman, is it, Paul?
No, not at all.
And this is the result of that photo shoot on the front cover. I think it looks great. Now, this is our filing cabinet, but it's not like any normal filing cabinet. It's a bit like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And you lot send us in stuff, and let's have a rummage and see what we've got today, because I've got a feeling we might have some Cybermen of our own in here. In fact, we'll start off with this. This is from Lewis in Norwich in Norfolk. Now, he has sent us, there he is, looking lovely, his very own animation that he's made on the computer. Let's have a look. You lot are so clever. I think that's amazing. As an expert Cyberman, what did you think, Paul?
Absolutely brilliant. So clever. So clever.
I know. And what have you found in here?
Well, I found this brilliant drawing of a cyber family from Caen, aged 10. How clever is that? With the mum, dad, child, baby, cyber teddy and cyber dog.
That is amazing, actually. That's very funny. I like that. Now, speaking of how clever you lot are, look at this. Right, this is a word search. It's from Joe in Malden in Essex, and it looks very complicated, but I have managed to find Cybermen, and there it is. But actually, I have to let you into a little secret. I was cheating. Thanks for that, Joe. And what else have you found, Paul?
I've got this cyber drawing by William, aged 9, which he's done on his computer. How great is that?
Oh, I think it's a good likeness, actually. Look, here he is. Not quite as hard, though. Now, this is brilliant. This just makes me laugh. Behind these cyber masks are Tom and Emma from Stoke-on-Trent, and they have made their own cardboard Cybermen helmets, and they just, I love the little holes they've cut out so they can see. It's just genius. Anything else we've got in here?
Yeah, there's one more here.
There's loads of stuff.
This one is pretty a mirror image of actually what we look like. It's a pencil drawing from Ian Bryan from Paul in Dorset.
It's lovely.
Very good.
And of course, if we show anything that you've sent in, you will get yourself a Totally Doctor Who mug. You can get in touch with us, either email us at totallydoctorwho@bbc.co.uk, or you can send us stuff to the usual address, you know it by now. It is Totally Doctor Who, P.O. Box 5158, CF5 9BD.
Do you know what, Liz?
Yeah.
I'm intelligent, I've got nice shoes, I'm bright, I like Doctor Who.
Barney, what are you talking about?
I'm trying to stand up for myself. I'm practising, you see. But it's not as easy as it actually sounds, which the guys are about to find out right now in Companion Academy. I'm beautiful.
Last time on Companion Academy, the cadets had to face their fears, and unusual fears they turned out to be. Squidgy, girly and slimy. But that was just the judges, who decided that our 6 remaining cadets had grasped their fears with both hands and were all brave enough to stay. Today's challenge is less about fear and more about courage. In fact, it's about standing up for yourself. Cadets, during this task, the judges want to hear one thing from each of you. The reason you think that you deserve to stay in Companion Academy. This is your one chance to speak your mind and state your case. Kyra, you will go first.
I think I should stay because When we were building those models, I put the wood together very accurately.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Well done, Kyra.
Alex?
I think I should stay because to do this has been my ultimate dream, really, and I'm going to give it all my best, all I've got.
It's his dream, and I'm going to go for that. Yeah.
Louise?
I think I should stay because although I do look quite nervous, I never let that stop me. I always go in for everything.
I think that was a very punchy, considered answer. Absolutely.
Chrissy?
I only put one foot onto the mat on the mousetrap game, but I did all the rest of the challenges. I've even been honest here, just saying that what I've done wrong. So before I finish, I'd ask you to keep me in.
Fantastic.
Wow. Very confident.
She made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Oh,
I thought she was going to come up there and be a bit hesitant. Yeah. She was straight in.
Adam?
I think that I might stay because that I might do well on the future challenges and the judges really like me.
For me, that's a bit of an odd answer to those.
Yes.
Strange one, that.
Jamie?
I think I should stay because I did very well on the mousetrap game.
I wanted more.
Not giving much away, though,
I
was I'm going
more,
to say. Not giving.
Say.
Yes, because of how we feel about him anyway. We expected more, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Wise words from all of you cadets, but whose weren't worthy enough to impress the judges?
So that leaves us with 2. Yes. Adam? Jamie. This is going to be very, very close.
We have to eliminate someone.
Cadets, based on your performance in all the tasks so far, the judges have decided that one of you must be dismissed. And today, that cadet is Adam.
I was a little bit nervous about telling the judges why I should stay.
I think I did really well, at least well enough to stay in. I was very surprised at elimination, although I don't know who would have been eliminated because they're all brilliant.
The tension is really building now. You know, I always feel a bit sad when one of them goes.
I would be so nervous if I was in that academy, I tell you. Now, that means there's a 1 in 5 chance that one of the remaining cadets will actually win the Companion Academy, so you'll have to watch next week to find out how they get on with their next challenge.
But don't go anywhere right now because we've still got loads of great stuff to come.
Holy Foley, what's that noise? Find out how Foley Artists create all those extraterrestrial sound effects for Doctor Who.
And we're going to be creating some sound effects of our own with Foley artist Julie Ankerson.
And 2 more contenders square up to take the Hooroo challenge.
Right, Barney, I've got the list. Did you get everything I asked for?
I think so, yes. I've got the corkscrew.
Check.
OK, I've got some squishy fruit. I think it's squishy. Let's have a go.
Check.
Yeah, that's squishy. OK, nice. Empty water bottles?
Check.
Fantastic. If you're wondering what we could possibly need all this stuff for, by the way, have a look at this. You're going to pay me a lot of money by...
Check.
Fantastic.
My brother.
Happy hunting.
It's wonderful.
This is where a very important part of the Doctor Who magic is added. No, it's not the visual effects. No, not even the music. It's the sound effects. And it's the job of the Foley Artists. This is Alan Snelling. He is Doctor Who's man when it comes to strange sounds. This is John Fuel and Julie Ankerson, and they are Doctor Who's Foley Artists. Alan, talk me through what happens in this room.
Well, come in here, Liz. This is where we record all the sounds for Doctor Who, and have a go on that floor. That's the TARDIS floor.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, does sound like the Doctor.
Sounds great, doesn't it, eh? And this over here is the actual TARDIS door.
You're kidding.
Open that door.
That just looks like a normal door.
Well, it's a very special door, and this is the sonic screwdriver. Have a go.
It's a corkscrew. So, what are we going to be working on today?
Well, this is episode 6. It's the second part of a two-parter about the Cybermen, and we'll be needing that armour.
Well, I have got that. Doctor Who sounds very empty without sound effects.
Cybermen. Split up.
We managed to make a ticket machine sound scary.
Well, we'd usually do it down on the floor so we can get a bit more depth to the sound to make it even scarier.
OK, just go on the floor.
Join me on the dirty floor.
So how do we start then? Do we have to watch the same clip over and over again?
You usually only get to see it about once. What you need to do is you need to bang at the same time as they're walking to make them sound more threatening. That's very good.
Cybermen.
The best thing we do, we thought we'd save till last. Have you ever wondered how we do this? We just throw all this stuff around.
Do you know what? I've had a really, really good day. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it.
Where do you think you're going, Liz? You've got to tidy all this up.
That was great fun, but very messy. It was a bit like having to tidy your bedroom up at the end there. Now, you might recognise Julie Ankerson from the film. She is, of course, a Foley artist. Thanks for coming into the studio today. It's nice to see you. Now, I know that Foley artists create sound effects, but where does the name Foley come from?
Oh, well, the first man to do it when sound on film was invented was a gentleman called Jack Foley, so we're named after him.
And in today's age of digital sound, why does Doctor Who still use live sound?
Well, it's to go with other recorded sound, but it's, say, if the set was made of wood but painted to look like concrete, we'd have to make it sound like concrete.
Now, today we wanted to create a bit of live sound in the studio, so we've got some helpers in. Hello, guys, it's good to see you. And some interesting-looking objects. Just talk us through these, Julie. What were you using?
We've got a nice bowl of goo and a bottle opener and some lots of different sorts of plastic bottles.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what noise they could all make. But for it to make sense, we need a story, and that's where Barney comes in.
Yeah, say hello to Daniel. Now, Daniel has written a story about Doctor Who, so tell us what it's about first.
Well, it's about the TARDIS that crash landed on an unknown planet, and the Doctor meets a monster, and the monster explodes.
Sounds very nice and very full of sound effects, hopefully, with our Foley artists over there. So all that's left to do, really, is for you to read the story, and I'll go and be sitting comfortably over there. Over to you, Daniel. Cheers, fella.
The TARDIS had crash-landed on an unknown planet. When the Doctor tried to open the door, it would not open. It had frozen. Then the Doctor remembered he had his sonic screwdriver. He ran it along the edge of the door, and it sprang to life, letting in an avalanche of freezing cold snow. They climbed onto the snow to get out. The Doctor and Rose started to walk across the icy landscape. They could hear the ice cracking as they walked. They looked ahead of them. They saw a massive mountain about the size of 10 buses. Then it started to shake and opened up before them, just like Tower Bridge. It sounded like exploding thunder. They walked through the opening. It was a massive cave. When they got to the end, they saw a gigantic beast. It had squirchy hands and squirchy feet. The Doctor and Rose ran as fast as they could, but the monster followed them, squirching as it walked. But as soon as it got to the entrance of the cave, the monster started to wobble. It didn't like the cold. The Doctor said, "Run! It's going to explode!" So they quickly ran across the snow, all the way back to the TARDIS. As they reached the door, they heard a huge explosion behind them. They turned around and saw gooey slime everywhere. They made it to the control panel, and the Doctor switched some switches, and the TARDIS came back to life. They took off, but in the corner of the TARDIS, where no one had noticed, lay a little bit of slime that started to wriggle about.
Oh, wow, what a brilliant story. How about a bit more Foley sound there, a bit of a clapping sound effect? That was
Sound
good.
effects of clapping.
Well done, guys.
Well done. Good concentration there. Now, if you're interested in any of the technical aspects of Doctor Who and you want to know how things are done, why not get in touch with us? Barney, how can they do that?
You can email us, totallydoctorwho@bbc.co.uk. And if you prefer to write to us, then the address is Totally Doctor Who, PO Box 5158, CF5 9BD. What are you waiting for?
It is competition time now, so if you love competitions, if you're totally Doctor Who and you're going to be watching the next episode of Doctor Who, this is the competition for you because you could get your hands on these prizes. This week we've got a gorgeous Doctor Who t-shirt to give away, plus this very cool Dalek key ring. Yes, they could be yours. Now, Julie, as our special guest this week, would you please tell us what the question is?
OK. What is the name of the biggest TV transmitter in North London, as featured in The Idiot's Lantern?
The biggest TV transmitter in North London. I'll give you a clue. It is in this week's Doctor Who. So the answer is hidden. All you have to do is watch on Saturday on BBC One to find out. Get your answers in to us by email or by post by Tuesday the 30th of May. You know the addresses by now, and these could be yours. That is if Julie doesn't take the keyring first, because she's got her eye on it. Get off.
Now, if you're sat on a chair, you might want to shuffle your bottom forwards a little bit, because you've got to be on the edge of your seat for this one.
This is the game every Doctor Who fan really wants to win. We test your Doctor Who knowledge to see who will ultimately reign as the Hooroo. So to be in with a chance of being here in the Totally studio, you had to give us your best 3 Doctor Who facts, and we chose the best of the best. Now this week, not one but 2 people really impressed us. They were John from Derby. John, welcome. Nice to see you. How you feeling, all right?
Yeah.
Good, good.
We've also got Jim playing against John as well. Hello, Jim, how you doing? Just in case you think I'm using the same camera here, it is in fact, we've got twins in the studio. So this could be quite fun. We've got our 2 brothers playing head to head. Who do you think knows more about Doctor Who?
Both the same.
You're the same?
Yeah, about the same.
About the same. Identical twins. You know, it's a bit like Ricky and Mickey. It's
of course.
Spooky, isn't
yeah,
it?
you're Ricky, you're Mickey for now.
They're the same, but a little bit different. OK, boys, you're going to listen to the rules?
Yeah.
I shall tell you the rules, OK? You're going to be going against the clock. You've got to answer as many Doctor Who-related questions as you can in 90 seconds. If you get a question right, you get a point. The person with the most points at the end wins. As easy as that, OK?
Yeah. These boys really know their stuff. They act out Doctor Who movies and they've even got their own websites. So we need a question master of the highest calibre for a huge challenge like this. Would you please welcome a man with nerves of steel? In fact, steel legs, it has to be said, is Paul Kasey.
Hello.
AKA Cyberman. Welcome. Now, it's not just the Hooroo title that's up for grabs because you've got something else to give away to the winner, haven't you? What's that?
I do have. I have a photograph of me on set, and whoever wins, I will sign it for you.
Fantastic. OK, 90 seconds will start as soon as you ask your first question, Paul. John's going to go first. So I think it's about time we found out of these 2 identical twins, who is going to be the Hooroo?
John, to what position was Harriet Jones promoted in the Christmas episode?
Prime Minister.
Correct. What did the clockwork droid hide under in the episode The Girl in the Fireplace?
Lynette's bed.
Correct. In the first episode of the new series, Cassandra takes over Rose's body. What does she complain about becoming?
A chav.
Correct. What was the name of the evil man who oversaw the torture of the Dalek in the last series?
Henry Van Sutton.
Correct. In the Christmas episode, what were the 6 words that brought down the government?
Don't you think she looks tired?
Correct. In the episode with the werewolf, Queen Victoria talks about her late husband, but what was his name?
Albert.
Prince Albert.
You can have that, you can have that.
In the episode with Sarah Jane and K9, what is the name of the actor who played Mr. Finch?
Anthony Stewart Head.
Correct. In the Christmas episode, what does the Doctor say is the best thing about his new hand?
It's a fighting hand.
Correct. In the episode in which the Cybermen return, what is the name of Jake and Ricky's underground movement?
Freedom Fighters.
The Preachers.
Oh, yeah.
In the episode with the werewolf, the Doctor and Rose have a 10-quid bet on Queen Victoria saying what?
We are not amused.
Correct. What does the actor Joe Pickley play in the episode that takes place at the school?
You've got 5 seconds.
Kenny.
Correct.
And that's you out of time. I make that 5-all. I knew it was going to be a close one. 5-all, so we've got a tiebreaker, Paul. OK, so we need a tiebreaker question from you. Now, you need to give us an answer each, OK, for this, and we're going to find out who is the closest. All right? The closest person will win.
Good luck. To the nearest number, how many operations has Cassandra had?
101.
Jim says 101. John, what do you think?
112.
They've gone for different answers. Who's the closest?
The correct answer is 708 operations.
John, well done. You've won by just a whisker there. Fantastic.
You are this
well
week's
done.
Hooroo. How do you feel? Is it better beating your twin brother?
Yeah.
Well done. Well, you've got yourself the signed picture. You can do that for us now, Paul.
Yes.
Other side, man. And for being good sports as well, we're going to give you some CBBC stuff as well, OK?
Jim, you don't go ahead to have it. Lots
Cheers,
of
Jim.
goodies in there.
And one for you as well, John. All right, mate.
And of course, there'll be more Hooroo next time.
I think I'm actually a little bit sad, Liz. We've come to the end of the show already. You OK with those stairs, Mr. Cyberman?
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you. I've had
Lovely.
plenty of practice.
Barney, why are you sad?
Well, because that's it, isn't it? You know, I've got all these great guests. I could talk to them all day, but we've no more time.
Oh, I know something that will cheer you up.
What?
Would you like a little sneaky peek of the next episode of Doctor
Oh,
Who?
I think so. What do you reckon, guys? A sneak preview?
Yeah!
Yes, please.
Here it is.
You on my way, doll?
Is there any other way to go, Daddy-O? Straight from the fridge, man.
Oh, you speak the lingo.
Yeah, well, me, Mum, Cliff Richard Reeves every bank holiday Monday.
Cliff. I knew your mother'd be a Cliff fan.
So, hands up and big cheers. Who's watching that on Saturday? Yes, I think so.
Thank you very much to all of our guests today. Rob, Paul, Julie, and of course our great kids. Thanks for coming in.
We've been totally Doctor Who. Are you? You are. Great, we'll see you next time then. Everyone say goodbye. Bye. See you later.
Next time, we step back in time with the Time Lord and take a look at the history of Doctor Who on TV.
We go exclusively behind the scenes and get totally soaked when we find out how the Doctor Who team filled an entire street with rain.
And Rory Jennings, who plays Tommy Connolly, will be getting cosy on our sofa.